Fans of Emmerdale think Joe Tate may face danger or a new storyline in upcoming scenes. After spotting a change to the picture header on the Emmerdale page on ITVX, fans guessed something was on the cards. The header normally changes monthly or so, and it normally hints who will be taking center stage that month. The change happens before the scenes air and before any confirmation of a plot. The latest image displayed for Emmerdale features Joe and Kim Tate, as well as Lydia and Sam Dingle. Is it hinting at new twists ahead for the Dingles and the Tates? Fans have been wondering if villain Joe is set for a downfall, so might Kim be linked to this? Or maybe just the Dingles? Taking to social media, one fan said, "I hope they just do a Who Shot Joe storyline." Another said, "This is actually quite interesting. I hope they aren't thinking about testing that friendship again. It was awful last time." A third fan predicted, "If it was just Kim and Joe, I'd say a new feud, but could it be a hint of Kim working against Joe, or a Joe whodunit?" A further fan said, "What have we learned from these fancy schmancy ITVX covers? It means usually trouble is on the horizon, and out of those four, it's got to be Joe who is heading for a downfall after everything he's done. I certainly don't think for 1 minute that the bosses would dare to a thing to harm Queen Kim Tate." It comes days after fans predicted Joe was headed for his comeuppance at the hands of two characters. While fans guessed Kim would be behind it, or maybe even Graham Foster, another theory was that Aaron Dingle and Robert Sugden would take him down. One fan posted online. "Okay, with Joe clearly needing some sort of redemption arc or takedown, what's everyone's theories on how the farm storyline will end? I think he'll get the farm, and then Robert and Aaron will team up with Kane and find a way to get it back. I want to know what everyone else thinks." Another fan said, "Takedown and then redemption most definitely. He cannot just jump into redemption. Kim is probably going to put a stop to all of it, but she cannot control how he behaves. Time for her to get rid. He goes bankrupt because it holds up plans, and he has to start from the bottom, which can then redeem him by righting his wrongs." A third fan said, "Don't think they would have had the scene with Robert finding the Emmerdale farm stone and telling Aaron it will be our farm, if he doesn't end up with the farm eventually. Not exactly sure what the path will be to get there, but I'm confident in the eventual outcome." A further theory read, "I'm thinking Graham will eventually help Kane and Moira and turn on Joe." Another said, "Graham seems pretty uncomfortable with Joe's plans, and he's got a sort of friendship with Kane going on, so maybe he will play a role?" As drama continues to unfold in the Yorkshire Dales, the Mirror has launched its very own Emmerdale WhatsApp community, where you'll get all the latest breaking news, secrets, and spoilers delivered straight to your phone. Users must download or already have WhatsApp on their phones to join in. All you have to do to join is click on this link, select Join Chat, and you're in. We may also send you stories from other titles across the Reach group, but we will also treat our community members to special offers, promotions, and adverts from us and our partners. If you don't like our community, you can check out anytime you like. To leave our community, click on the name at the top of your screen and choose Exit Group. If you're curious, you can read our privacy notice. The speculation began when viewers noticed that the header image for Emmerdale on ITVX had quietly changed. This might seem like a small detail to casual viewers, but long-time fans know these updates often hint at upcoming storylines. Typically, the promotional image changes every month or so, and features characters who will soon take center stage in major plot developments. This time, the new image included 4 characters: Joe Tate, Kim Tate, Lydia Dingle, Sam Dingle. Immediately, fans began connecting the dots. Why these 4 characters? What story could possibly link the ruthless Tate power players with the loyal and often embattled Dingle family? For many viewers, the answer seemed obvious. Conflict is coming. Trouble brewing between the Tates and the Dingles. The Tate family has always represented wealth, power, and manipulation in the village, while the Dingles symbolize loyalty, resilience, and fierce protection of their own. That contrast has fueled some of the soap's most unforgettable storylines. And lately, tensions have been particularly high, especially surrounding the battle for farmland and influence within the community. Joe Tate's ruthless business tactics have already earned him plenty of enemies. From intimidating rivals to manipulating situations behind the scenes, Joe has made it clear that he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. But in soap operas, villains rarely escape consequences forever, which is exactly why fans believe his downfall could be approaching. The rise of the Who Shot Joe theory. As soon as the new header appeared, social media erupted with speculation. One of the most popular fan theories? A dramatic Who Shot Joe storyline. The classic soap opera trope, where a character is attacked and the identity of the culprit remains a mystery, has produced some of television's most iconic moments. Fans quickly began imagining how such a storyline could unfold in Emmerdale. One viewer wrote online, "I hope they just do a Who Shot Joe storyline." Another fan agreed, suggesting that Joe has created so many enemies that almost anyone in the village could be a suspect. And that's exactly what would make the mystery so compelling. Could Kim Tate turn against her own? One of the most intriguing possibilities involves Joe's own family. Fans have begun questioning whether the formidable Kim Tate could eventually turn against him. Kim has always been one of the most powerful and calculating figures in the village. While she often supports members of the Tate family, she's also known for protecting her own interests above everything else. Some viewers believe that if Joe's actions begin threatening her empire or her reputation, she might not hesitate to take drastic measures. One fan summed up the theory perfectly. "If it was just Kim and Joe in the header, I'd say a new feud. But could it be a hint of Kim working against Joe?" Others pointed out that Kim has never tolerated weakness or recklessness from those around her. If Joe crosses a line that damages the Tate legacy, even he might not be safe from her wrath. Lydia and Sam Dingle, the unexpected connection. The presence of Lydia Dingle and Sam Dingle in the promotional image has also sparked curiosity. Unlike some of the more confrontational members of the Dingle family, Sam and Lydia are often seen as the heart of the clan, kind, loyal, and deeply devoted to their loved ones. But that doesn't mean they're immune to conflict. Fans believe the pair could become unexpectedly involved in the Tate drama. Perhaps Joe's actions could directly affect them, pushing them into a storyline that forces them to confront the powerful Tate family. Or maybe they'll play a crucial role in exposing one of Joe's schemes. Either way, their inclusion in the header strongly suggests they'll have a significant role in the upcoming drama. Theories about Joe's downfall. For many viewers, the idea that Joe Tate might finally face consequences is long overdue. Some fans believe the storyline could end with him losing everything he has fought to gain. One theory suggests that Joe will succeed in taking control of a valuable piece of land, only to have it taken back from him in spectacular fashion. Another fan speculated that a group of characters could band together to defeat him. Among the names mentioned were Aaron Dingle, Robert Sugden, Kane Dingle. According to this theory, the trio could join forces to reclaim what Joe has taken. If that happens, it would set the stage for one of the most dramatic showdowns the village has seen in years. A possible redemption arc? Not all fans believe Joe's future will end in disaster. Some think the writers may have a more complex plan. Instead of simply punishing Joe, the storyline might lead him toward redemption. One viewer suggested that Joe could lose his fortune and be forced to rebuild his life from nothing. That fall from power could give the character a chance to reflect on his past actions and make amends. However, even supporters of this theory agree that redemption can't happen overnight. Joe would first need to face the consequences of his behavior. Could Graham Forster play a key role? Another fascinating theory involves Graham Forster. Fans have noticed that Graham appears increasingly uncomfortable with Joe's plans. At the same time, he seems to have developed a quiet understanding with members of the Dingle family, particularly Kane. That dual loyalty could put him in a difficult position. If Graham ultimately decides that Joe has gone too far, he might be the one to expose him. Such a betrayal would not only shock Joe, but could also shift the balance of power within the Tate family. A village divided. What makes the potential storyline so exciting is how many characters it could involve. Joe's actions have affected numerous people in the village, creating a long list of possible enemies. If a major incident were to occur, such as an attack or mysterious shooting, the suspect list would be enormous. That's the kind of suspense that keeps soap audiences glued to their screens. Why fans love these mysteries? Soap operas have always thrived on big, dramatic mysteries. A storyline like Who Shot Joe would allow Emmerdale to explore multiple perspectives while slowly revealing clues. Viewers would be left guessing week after week as secrets emerge and alliances shift. And in the world of soaps, even the most trusted characters can sometimes hide dark motives. What happens next? At the moment, ITV has not confirmed any of the theories circulating online. The header image may simply hint at a storyline involving the Tates and the Dingles without the dramatic twist fans expect. But history suggests these promotional clues rarely appear without reason. And with tensions already running high in the village, it wouldn't take much for the situation to spiral out of.